Well, hey there, friends, and welcome to the Raising Amazing Tween Girls podcast and show. I'm Lisa Tony with GirlTribe Nation, and I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us for our love language series, where we are talking about the 5 love languages. The 5 love languages are gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, and physical touch. Now, Dr. Gary Chapman wrote this book many years ago, but it is still a fan favorite because love is something that we all need. And we all need to feel loved by those in our lives so that we can be calmer, have less anxiety in our life, and also make good decisions. Now, Dr. Gary Chapman says that love is a decision that we make every day. And it's true, right? We have to decide. Not only are we going to love those people and feel that in our heart, but how we're going to show that love. Because that's how people know they're loved, when they see it with their actions and the words that are expressed around them. We can love someone and do a really lousy job of showing it. But we're not going to do that. We want to be mamas who are intentional, who show our tween girls that we love them in the way that they need to feel loved, that they were wired, that they were created, they were designed to feel love. And so that's why there's this really fun assessment that you can take. You can head on over to girltribenation.com/5 love languages. And there I've got access to a quiz that you can take to figure out what your love language is, or also to figure out what your daughter's love language is. This is such a great thing to do because it gives you another tool, a resource as a mom to be strategic in how you're parenting, so that we're not just lazy parents letting things happen, but that we are resourcing ourselves with tools to do a good job of being good mamas who love our girls well. See, when we're able to love our girls well, there's so many benefits to that. Not only is there more peace in our homes, but our girls are less likely to argue, they're more likely to listen, and they're much more likely to make wise decisions. When they feel loved, then they're not going to all the wrong places to find that love, reaching out on social media and reaching out to boys or men, or hurting themselves or doing things to try and feel all the feels they want to feel, rather than getting a good love, a love that fills up their love tank. You see, each of us has a love tank. That love tank, well, if we're running on empty, it's really easy for us to reach out in some unhealthy ways and argue and fight and be frustrated and annoyed. But when our love tanks are filled, well, it fills us with confidence. It fills us with a positive outlook. It fills us up with an understanding that people know us and see us and appreciate us. All good things. So today we are talking about tweens who have the acts of service as their primary love language. Now, this is going to be a great episode, whether this is your daughter's primary or secondary love language, or maybe if you know someone who has this as their love language. Now, if this isn't your daughter's primary, you can check other episodes to find the one that is hers. But I think you're going to enjoy today and find some things that are going to be helpful. So the girls who have this one as their primary love language, well, they love to see you involved in their activities and their projects. And they also think that when you do special things for them, like prepare their favorite meal or maybe do a chore that they are normally supposed to do on their own, but you do it for them, well, that really makes them feel happy. See, if your daughter fits into this category, here are some ideas, some little tips and tricks that you can use to help show her love and help her to feel that sense of worth and happiness. Now, one of the best ways that we can do this is find a time to prepare her favorite meal. Now, I always do this for my kids on their birthday. They get to pick their favorite meal that they want, but maybe every once in a while, lean into that daughter of yours, especially if you have multiple kids, and keep it on the down low. Say, hey, I'd really like to make your favorite dinner tomorrow night. What is it? And let her pick, because when she knows you're doing some things and showing acts of service just for her, ooh man, that is going to start to fill that love tank up for her. Now, one of the other ones, and this is hard for me to do because I've got a bunch of kids and so they all have their chores and they're all supposed to do them and I've got my chores. But for kiddos who have the love language of acts of service, when you get a chance, an opportunity to do a chore that your tween was supposed to do, that really speaks to her. That really communicates love and affirmation to her because you were doing something for her. You were showing an act of service for her. Now, when tweens have jobs or tasks that they have to do, like let's think about like just homework. then you can do something for her in the midst of her having to do that. You can't obviously do her homework for her. Don't do their homework, mamas. That's not your job. That's theirs. That's how they learn and grow. But maybe you could make her a snack or make her favorite drink and bring that to her while she's doing her homework. Maybe you could sharpen her pencils or find her power cord or do some things like that that support her in that task, but you don't do the homework for her. Now, your tween, well, she's going to want time with you, and she's going to appreciate when she sees you do that time and appreciate the help that you give her. And so maybe sometimes like doing household tasks together could be something that is helpful. You don't always have to do it for her, but if you're doing it with her, she still is going to feel that sense of having an act of service done. So, like doing laundry together or folding laundry or putting it together or preparing dinner. I mean, these are all things that you don't have to do just for her. I know it's hard because as mamas, we're probably doing all that anyway. But as you're teaching your girls more responsibility and you're trying to include them in on the task list of things to do, hopefully you're teaching them the skills of doing laundry and making meals and what that looks like. So doing that together is a great win because she's getting some time with you, but she's also feeling like you're doing an act of service because these things have to get done, but you're also preparing her for life. So you've got a triple win when you're doing those things. Now, one of the fun things that you can do if you have a daughter whose favorite love language is acts of service is make a bucket list with your daughter of things that she wants to do. And when you do this and you start checking them off, she's going to see that as an act of service, that you're helping her to achieve her bucket list. Now, one of the other fun things that's really fun for girls who have this as their primary love language is to go on a random acts of kindness adventure. This can be so fun. If you want to prep some little homeless meal bags, put in a water bottle and granola bar and maybe some fresh fruit or something, and maybe take a few of those out and hand them out to the homeless together. Or maybe you could just drive through Starbucks and pay for someone's order you're in front of them, pay for the order behind you. But teaching her how to do these random acts of kindness not only teaches her how to show gratitude and put some kindness out there into the world, but she's going to really enjoy doing them with you because she's going to see you doing acts of service with her. They're still a little young to be able to maybe go out and, give these things to the homeless by themselves. Don't do that. They still need mama with them. But giving her some ideas of things to do that are random acts of kindness and doing them with her is really setting her for success. And it's also filling up her love tank. So because our tween girls are still young and still learning, it is one of those things that we do need to kind of invest that time together. But it's good because you're putting in some quality time with her as you're also doing acts of service. So service acts are really important. These are our service-minded girls. So volunteering together at an animal shelter or the library or a food pantry or maybe at an activity at your church. These are all great things to volunteer together and do them together because she's really service-minded. Not only does she appreciate acts of service, but she loves to show them as well. So we need to, just be around to help offer to help out in any way. If she's got an audition coming up or a tryout for something, offer to help her get her ready for that. That's an act of service that is going to help her and she's going to feel that appreciation. You might even if you dare, if you are a really brave mama, you might dare to surprise your daughter by cleaning her room. I know, most of us do not want to go in there, but that would be a really awesome surprise if you clean or organize her room for her sometime. So, one of the things you could also do when you feel like she's a little stressed or anxious, you could surprise her by preparing a special bubble bath for her with a cup of hot cocoa and a good book. That would be a really fun surprise for her. You can teach her how to bake or cook something. You can prepare her favorite snack for her when she comes home from school. There's lots of great things that you can do with food too to encourage her and show these as acts of service. And of course, we don't want to leave out take her shopping. That's a great act of service. We all love that one. All right, well, I hope that these ideas have got your mama creative juices flowing. Maybe you wrote down an idea or two to try out. I'm getting really excited to try some of these out myself. Let me know how they go. I love to hear from you. We are on a mission, mamas, to fill those love tanks of our tween girls. We want to do that with good things, with good love, so they are comforted and secured, and so that we have less arguments and we have better listeners and we have more peace in our homes. When we do this, our girls are going to be able to make wiser decisions because they're not looking for love in the wrong places. Loving our girls in the way they need to be loved is our number one job. We need to be a student of our kids. We need to learn who they are and what they need from us, how they are wired, how they were created. Now remember, we've got lots of great resources for you at GirlTribeNation.com. One of those is GirlTribeNation.com/5lovelanguages to give you access to the 5 love languages quiz. You can head on over there and take it for yourself or maybe for your girl. Find out how you line up with the 5 love languages. Well, thank you so very much for joining me at the Raising Amazing Tween Girls show. It was a privilege to have you along with us today. Now, if you liked today's episode or you found some things helpful, or maybe you were thinking of someone who, oh my goodness, this person is acts of service kind of girl, well, text this episode right now to that mama friend so that she can listen to it too and get some great ideas. I would love if you leave a comment below on our site and then subscribe to our show. Well, it's been pretty rad spending some time with you. Thanks so much for making it part of your day, and I can't wait until next time. Bye for now.